base quarters en route. Roger, no resistance yet.
Get the fire on the enemy! Move up! Hey, low! Убьют американские! Они прижали нас! Hey! Rockets! Look out! Нас здесь утюжат! Беспилотник!
Target confirmed! Take him out!
Direct hit!
Nice shot!
Yeah, baby! There! Done!
Charlie Squad, area secured.
Kappa Squad, area secured.
Beta Squad, area secured.
Roger, front line is moving up.
Something's happening. We've known it for a long time. The West knew it.
Serious problem. America is addicted to oil. It's inconceivable to me that our children will be able to maintain the American way of life and that the world will be full of resource-based wars of all kinds.
The East knew it.
Successfully completed, it will provide for a significant increase in the volume of oil supplies from Russia to China.
We've known it for a century.
There is no doubt about our absolute and complete dependence on oil. Without oil, civilization as we know it could not exist.
Oil was running out. It's what we grew up in. Post-Middle East, post-peak oil, post-everything. What they called the long emergency. It started slow. Little things at first. Lines at the pump. That hot summer of 2008, when the blackouts started lasting weeks. The avian influenza hit in '09. I got taken out of school when there wasn't enough vaccine. They said it would get better. Something would save us. Biofuels, solar power, cleaner nuke plants, maybe. The Depression hit in 2012. Africa ran out of food, then we did too. People stopped trying to do anything about the problems and just tried to survive. We'd watched them starve for 40 years and it didn't seem real. But pretty soon the scenes we used to watch on the news were happening just down the street. It's been happening for years. Now we're at the tipping point. I was 16 when the Chinese and the Russians figured out they'd rather fight us than each other. We didn't waste time forming the coalition. Now, we're staring each other down across the last wells in the Caspian. I left school for the Affiliated Press and they sent me overseas. Out here in Turkmenistan, you can see it clearer. In little prefab towns the oil boom left in Central Asia. This is where it's going to happen. In towns too small to have a name, built in 2 weeks by oil industry contractors. It's 2024, the 21st century. People ask me how we let this happen. I tell them, we always knew. The storm is coming.
This is Command to Squad 2-1 Delta. You'll be relieving Alpha Company of their refinery patrol duty at 113 temporary. Sandstorms in the area have knocked out radio communication and have been interfering with our satellite coverage. Once you touch down, find a working radio frequency and get Alpha Company to give me a status report. Oh, and show some respect to the embedded reporter along for the ride. The Coalition wants folks back home to know we're taking care of their energy needs. Try not to get too bored in that town, gentlemen. We'll be out of there in a couple of weeks. Command out.
Thanks for the update, Skipper, but I'm still waiting for my in-flight meal.
Dumbass.
So, you guys just rotating in?
Ah, you must be the local paparazzi.
Wise up, Rayleigh. Yeah, we're coming off disaster relief in Anchorage.
Being brought in to patrol the Coalition's oil fields. Staff Sergeant Whitburn, Delta Chalk Leader.
Andrews, affiliated press. I'm doing a piece on all the military deployments in the Caspian. Gonna make you guys heroes.
Too late for that, Pops. I was born a hero.
Huh? A hero assigned to guard duty. Interesting.
Coming up on the pipe. Welcome to summer camp, boys.
You kidding me? They said there was a town.
More like a mining camp. It's a dump.
A pretty valuable dump, then. Most of the world's remaining oil is about 100 miles from here.
Is that so, Princeton? Well, then why don't...
Shit! What the hell was that? Mayday! Mayday! Collector 1, infirm unidentified.
We just lost the tail road!
Yeah, Sergeant's hit.
Second fire!
Keep your head down, Bradley. We're losing him. Captain, get us out of here now. Incoming!
Negative! I got it! I got it! Collector 1 going down! Any call sign! Any call sign! Oh my God!
There's our pickup! Let's go!
Come on! Get us out of here!
Hey, it's Andrew! Hold on, we got one more! I got you, I got caution! Let's go, let's go! Alright, we're up there.
You wouldn't believe it. Got a feed from Caspian Central Relay. Red Star's pouring over the Turkmenistan border.
What? This is supposed to be a treaty.
Think about it. Blackouts, starvation, disease, economies are nearly collapsed. The Caspian and all its oil, it's been a powder keg just waiting to blow.
This World War III, Princeton?
That's how it started. Was it World War III? We didn't know. But one thing we all knew, Red Star forces had hit hard. Nearly all of the coalition forces stationed in Turkmenistan were gone. At this point, the coalition began their first offensives of the war. The troops were ready, yet Red Star forces seemed to be everywhere. The fighting to claim energy assets all around the Caspian was brutal. But the biggest news was that the Chinese had invaded Taiwan. Things were really getting out of hand. As for the stray dogs, well, they were moving north now. They were about to unleash some inspired vengeance of their own. Sergeant Thompson always made sure of that.
Better us than them. That's what I think. Nothing from hydrogen, nothing from fusion. Thought there was supposed to be something to get the shit done
Listen,
right.
Finch, all I know is that shit didn't pan out. Now my family has to eat from a bread line.
Sergeant Thompson, we're on approach.
All right, men, listen close. And for those of you who haven't yet had the pleasure of my command, listen close. Stray dogs have been taking some shit lately. First we get drowned in Alaska, then Red Star ambushes our asses in goddamn Turkmenistan. Well, now it's our turn to go on the offensive. To make the Red Star wish they stayed the hell home.
Hell yes, sir!
Because we are stray dogs. We can take it and we can dish it out. That's what I want to hear. Once we're on the ground, Command will be patching in with the final mission details. Rack your gear and get ready to deploy.
Couple more of these and we got our ticket home.
Hell yeah.
Don't pack your things yet. You don't get the news I do. Fighting spread to the Korean borders and the South China Seas. Last night, China took Taiwan. With China occupied on two fronts, Russia's getting desperate, reckless. Who knows what they're capable of?
So how far you think this thing's gonna go?
At the rate we're going, it's either Washington or Moscow. That was payback. A major Red Star tank factory, not simply destroyed, but even worse for the Red Star, captured. Because in an age of desperation that restricts every human endeavor, control of resources is ever precious. Which brings us to a very small and desperate recon mission, aimed deep behind enemy lines. The hope? To spark one of the early turning points of the war. It was David versus Goliath, an overambitious, impossible task. Yet no one would see it coming, especially not the Chinese.
Little Bear 5, flying dark, approaching Flat Rock, over. Roger that, Little Bear 5. Over to you, Fox. Give him hell. Out.
Okay. Alternative check. AAD online. Equipment's good to go, Lieutenant. Now collect your weapons. Command will update your objectives once you're on the ground.
Stand by, Fox. You are clear to Flat Rock.
Clear! Go, go, go!
That is affirmative. We have your location in the grid and are confirming your report. All Red Star armor in the valley eliminated. This is an extraordinary victory for the Coalition, men. Our southern armor companies will now be free to launch offensives of their own. Excellent work. Come on back in.
We were traversing the Badlands in Kazakhstan when Coalition Command made a gutsy call to send troops north, across the Russian border. This was the day I heard about the murderous rioting back home. Deaths in the thousands. People grew tired of the years of bread lines, water shortages, constant blackouts. The blackouts made nights in the cities a swarm of anarchy. Once night fell, you didn't dare leave your house without a death wish. Society had gotten so used to constant electricity that when it failed, the darkness drove people mad. You might think we'd start to adapt, but so far it had just kept getting worse. When I was a kid, there was an old book my grandfather read to me once. It was about some children that went mad when stranded on an island. It said that without a structured society, human beings would return to savagery. Well, it seems that the author was right, because society was crumbling all around us. And that day in the Kazakhstan Badlands, all the rules of engagement crumbled right along with it. I'm here in the deserts at the edge of Kazakhstan with the members of the Stray Dogs Strike Force. They are, as we speak, advancing north, across the Russian border, in a move by Coalition Command that can only be considered as either gutsy...
Oh, no. Oh, no, goddammit. Incoming!
What?
Run!
What is it?
Tactical nukes, goddammit! Cover! Get into the tank!
This area is secured. Red Star won't be using it to nuke anyone. Good work, men. You've faced and overcome unthinkable adversity. You've made us all very proud.
Like I said, Andrews, World War III, right?
Saddle up, men. We need to move. We're not out of this yet.
The Red Star Southern Russian headquarters was a base inside a mountain. The Russians' very own Cheyenne. The place had been around since the Cold War of the 80s, and they just kept upgrading it. Special intelligence reported that there was an ICBM nuke inside, capable of hitting coalition targets. The Russians had already proven they had the balls to use it. Red Star armies had also counterattacked in Kazakhstan, and mounted a major offensive in Eastern Europe, capturing sections of the Baltics and the Ukraine. The Russian general himself was thought to have been commanding from inside the base. And I guess the stray dogs really wanted to meet him, because they brought one hell of a greeting party. Unbelievable. I thought they got rid of these things decades ago.
Yeah, that's just the outside. The actual fortress is deep underneath the mountain.
Yes, I understand, sir, but we'll need an additional 2 to 3 rounds of airstrikes. High altitude this time. We barely scratched
Not gonna happen. You're gonna have to take it by foot.
Yes, sir.
You hang in there, Sergeant.
Of course, sir. They've got an ICBM in there with a huge nuclear warhead. We have no choice but to go in and get it. So get to the tanks. Command will brief you momentarily. Second section, order you to evac immediately. We'll get you a chopper for extraction.
Negative, sir! We've closed the bay! Get your asses out of here now! It's been an honor to serve with you, sir. Give the stray dogs my bet.
He's a stray dog. Always was, always will be.
It was nearly winter. We had moved deep into Russia, treading a path close to the one Hitler and Napoleon took. It's amazing to me how they failed once having made it this far. But this was the last hurdle before the coalition hit Moscow. The stray dogs, of course, were tasked with spearheading one of the invasion points to clear out a deadly Moscow suburb, so additional troops could pass through in the morning. This place was dirty and frantic. All calm had been shattered. Russian soldiers mixed with civilian militia who were either forced to fight or too scared not to. Hence the new slogan of the war: may the most desperate man win.
Roger that, Sarge. Relay station is out of commission.
I can't believe it. We're right on Moscow's doorstep. So much death. So much destruction.
Yep, mission accomplished. You sure you want to stick with this, Princeton?
You think I made it this far and now suddenly I can't take the heat?
Well, Telltale, you hear about the 128th?
Yeah, I heard they were nuked. Not far from here.
They weren't just nuked. The entire strike force was wiped out. Your little press badge won't get you out of that.
As long as you're standing next to me when it goes off, Braley, then it'll all be worth it. If this is my last recording, it means that I have died filming one of the most extraordinary military operations of our time. No less than 6 coalition combined arms strike divisions have moved in and laid siege to Moscow. The Chinese are scrambling to divert forces to assist. The coalition can only hope none of them make it here in time. To my family back home, wherever you are, not a day goes by without you being in my thoughts. The stray dogs and I are moving out now. God be with us.
I am reporting to you live from the Western Coalition front line in their siege of the Russian capital. We have battled 2,000 kilometers from Turkmenistan and have fought to the doorstep of Moscow. Fighting has been savage. With Russians doing what they have done to every previous invader, thrown everything at them imaginable. The military has shown no restraint whatsoever. The only testament you need to that statement is to look at the mushroom clouds on the horizon. Even the civilians. Holy crap, that was close.
God damn it. All right, gentlemen, our time is now. You want the Russians out of the war? You want to split the alliance? Well, here's your chance to make the difference. So listen up. Braley, Mikowski, take 12 with you and head to the easternmost bridge. Sir, historians will write books about this day, gentlemen. Now let's go out and make sure the stray dogs end up in the freaking cover. You get me? Yes. Okay, we'll meet you guys on the other side.
We're just mopping up. A few scattered pockets of resistance, but that won't last long. So, what's your plan now that all this is over?
Over? This isn't over. There's already reports of the Russians setting up a government in exile, and the Chinese are massing on the borders.
It's always doom and gloom with you, Princeton.
More conflict. That's all any of us could count on in the future. This wasn't the end. Not by a long shot. Maybe all we've been doing is buying time. Buying time for those back home to find an answer. Hydrogen, fusion, something new. Who knows? But there's always hope. To heal old wounds. To make a new start. Someday this war will end. And hopefully those that have survived will have learned enough not to make the same mistakes. To start fresh. I hope I'm there to see that. I really do.
Quiet your conscience. Gather your will. Find the strength to go on and make it up that hill. Terrified and shaken, but not for long. 'Cause every day I'm one step closer to home.
step closer to home.